Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and today we're going back into the world of classic hard rock and heavy metal. One of my all-time favorite groups, Whitesnake, has compiled their early recordings into a single box set. This is the Little Box o' Snakes, the Sunburst years, 1978 to 1982. So this is basically everything Whitesnake recorded prior to the Slide It In album, which of course was the first one of theirs that got a proper release in America. So I'll do an unboxing of this and I'll share my opinions along the way. I do love Whitesnake, so being able to find a compilation of all their early material, much of which is kind of hard to get in the United States, is definitely a pleasure. Here's a look at every album as well as the track lists to be had on these releases. So before I crack open the box, this is just a list of what you get in here. Disc 1, the Snakebite EP. Disc 2, the Trouble LP. Disc 3, the Live at Hammersmith LP. Disc 4, the Love Hunter LP. Disc 5, the Ready and Willing LP. Disc 6, the Live in the Heart of the City LP, the later recorded portion. Disc 7, Come and Get It LP. And Disc 8, the Saints and Sinners LP. So now let's go ahead and open up the box. And it's just plain on the inside on the top there, nothing really to report. There actually is a booklet included. This is kind of nice when you consider that a lot of these boxes feel really rushed and cobbled together. But this book has all the credits for the songs, and it's even got lyrics for everything. Something that I don't think enough releases these days do. When you get songs, it's nice to have the lyrics, so if there's any disputes over what's being said, you've got the answer right there. All music produced by Martin Birch, one of the greatest classic rock, hard rock, heavy metal producers of all time. May he rest in peace. So now let's go down the list and see what we got in here. Disc 1 is the Snakebite EP. This was the first official release under the name Whitesnake. David Coverdale had done 2 solo albums prior to this after he had left Deep Purple, but this was the first actual Whitesnake band release. Only 4 tracks on here. Bloody Mary, Steal Away, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, and Come On. Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City, probably the most popular song to come from this release, as it became a concert standard for years after that. Here's a look at the actual disc itself. One thing I like is that these discs actually look very nice, and they were clearly made for this set, and they weren't just other releases that were tossed together haphazardly. Even it says right on the disc, Little Box o' Snakes, so you know they were made for this set exclusively and not just tossed together from old unsold CDs. Here we have the Trouble LP, which was the first proper full-length album from the group. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is available also with different cover art. I don't know the whole story there, and I might be wrong about that entirely. Maybe correct me in the comments down there if that's the case. Here's a look at the track list. And songs on here include Take Me With You, a great hard rock and opening track. Cover of the Beatles' Day Tripper. Usually I'm not crazy about Beatles covers because it's hard to top the originals, but that one's actually pretty solid. The Time Is Right for Love, another fantastic song. The instrumental Belgian Tom's Hat Trick, very underrated song. And then Don't Mess With Me, great closing cut. And here's a look at the disc for this one. And once again, you got the Little Box of Snakes text there, name of the album. And then this, of course, is disc 2 in this set, and that's noted clearly. I am glad to see they put effort into labeling the discs as being from this set. Next we have Live at Hammersmith. This is actually the release that comprised the latter half of the Ain't No Live in the Heart of the City album. But in Japan, this was available as a separate release. So they actually put this as a separate release here, which I really appreciate. It's even got the artwork and everything. It's very nice to actually, get this packaging here, because I didn't even know this was released as a standalone release apart from Live in the Heart of the City in Japan until I got this set. Here's a look at the disc here. Next up we have Love Hunter from 1979. This one arguably more famous for the cover art than the album contained within, although it has some of the best music Whitesnake ever did. So you really can't lose either way there. And songs on here include Long Way From Home, a fantastic opening track. Walking in the Shadow of the Blues, just straight up no-nonsense blues rock, as only David Coverdale and boys can deliver. Medicine Man, another great rocker. Mean Business, the title cut. Outlaw, one of my personal favorite tracks. And then, of course, the closing cut, We Wish You Well, which they still use as closing music at their concerts to this day. There's a look at the disc. Pretty much the same deal as the last few, but again, each one of these is labeled what number disc it is and that it's from this set. So, again, that's much appreciated. Next up, we have Ready and Willing. This album will forever be known for being the album that has the original version of Fool for Your Loving, which was later re-recorded in 1989 for the Slip of the Tongue album. There are some pretty decent tracks on here. The title cut, Ready and Willing, is another classic. And again, here's a look at the back cover on the track list. Here's our disc. And next up we have the live release, Live in the Heart of the City. And this is just the later recorded portion of this, because as you saw, the Live at Hammersmith portion was done as a standalone disc as it was released in Japan. So if you look at the back of this, because this was made for this collection, it's a little clearer and in bigger print because it wasn't, a reprint from vinyl. It was done for this set. And then our disc right here. I do like how they put all the classic Whitesnake logo on all those discs. Next up, Come and Get It. More classic cover artwork right there. And then here's the back cover. Got our list of the band members at the top and our track list. Songs on here, the title cut's a great opener. Hot Stuff's another fantastic one. Wine, Women, and Song. Children of Babylon. Another fantastic early Whitesnake record. It's a shame almost nothing prior to the Slide It In record really gets talked about much, particularly in the United States. And there's our disc. And the last release in this collection, disc number 8, is the Saints and Sinners studio album. This one will forever be known for containing the original versions of Crying in the Rain and Here I Go Again, both of which were re-recorded in 1987 for the self-titled album. The original version of Here I Go Again that's on here actually has the lyric, like a hobo I was born to walk alone, whereas it became like a drifter I was born to walk alone in the better-known re-recorded version. Love that shot there of David Coverdale with the microphone. And here's our disc. This is a fantastic set. It's a great way to get all these early Whitesnake albums, which are pretty hard to find in the United States, for a pretty low and decent price, and you get it all in one nice, convenient place. I just wish maybe they had a little more in the way of like expanded liner notes. Would have been cool to get some interviews or maybe an essay. And I also really wish they could have included the 2 David Coverdale solo albums that came out prior to this to really sort of complete that early genesis of Whitesnake feel. I'm guessing that's probably a legal issue. Those were probably done for a different record company, and that might be part of the issue. But either way, I'm very happy with this set, and I think anyone who's a Whitesnake fan who wants to get the early stuff from the band will be happy with what they see here. Are you a Whitesnake fan? What's your favorite era from the band, favorite album, favorite song, favorite member of the band? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.